Hello, dear friends. Today, let's begin with a beautiful poem by Matthew Arnold, The Scholar Gypsy. Now, it's prescribed in your first paper, and I do hope that you might have heard the name of Matthew Arnold. He is considered to be one of the significant poets of the Victorian age. And by the title of the poem, The Scholar Gypsy, it might appear to you mind definitely that it refers to a scholar who leads a life of a gypsy. Now, it's certainly the most memorable poem of Matthew Arnold, and no matter did not rank it extravagantly in a high status. Now, we need to study a bit of the background of the poem before we actually start with what exactly Arnold talks about in this poem. Now, Matthew Arnold is weary of the materialism and skepticism of the Victorian age. As I already told you that he was affected and influenced by the Victorian period a lot, and his reflections center around a character known as the scholar Gypsy. Now, he has drawn all the relevant materials on Joseph Glanvill's book entitled The Vanity of Dogmatism, and Glanville was a stern moralist of the 17th century. So, Matthew Arnold was a moralist himself, and he felt irresistibly drawn to the story of the scholar Gypsy and made a severe criticism of the Victorian life. Now, the scholar Gypsy also belonged to the 17th century. The character here, scholar Gypsy, is a shadowy figure, who has transcended the limitations of time and space. We will study more about it because the poem is a criticism of the Victorian life, the life of sordid materialism, skepticism, doubts, despair, and distractions. The story of Scholar Gypsy, as told by Glanville, enables Arnold to indulge in moral reflections. Now we'll study what kind of moral reflections Arnold is talking about in the poem. Even though the Scholar Gypsy is represented as a dream figure, a grand vision of idealism and faith, we understand that it is written in the form of an elegy, a pastoral elegy. Now, as you already know, I think you might have heard that what is an elegy and what is a pastoral elegy. Elegy basically is a poem that laments or mourns the death of someone beloved. But here, we don't find any other character of whom he is mourning about the life. So we can say that basically this poem laments about the loss of values, morals, and the things that reflect a kind of a loss of immaterial things that are being depicted in this poem. So now let's come to the first stanza of the poem, The Scholar Gypsy. Now I'll be reading the first stanza and then we will continue with what exactly the poet wants to say and talks about in the first stanza. I just wanted to give you a brief idea of what exactly the poet wants to say, and then we will be understanding in a much better way what exactly he wants to reflect on. Go, for they call you, shepherd, from the hill. Go, shepherd, and untie the wattle's coats. No longer leave thy wistful flock unfed, nor let thy hauling fellows drag their throats, nor the cropped herbage shoot another head. But when the fields are still, and the tired men and dogs all gone to rest, and only the white sheep are sometimes seen, cross and recross the strips of moon-blanched green, come, shepherd, and again begin the quest. Now, the first line of the first stanza, especially when he talks about, he says, they call you shepherd from the hill. Shepherd, an introduction of shepherd gives the poem a pastoral setting. Now, pastoral refers to pastures, and setting, of course, you know that a shepherd, so definitely the poem is also, that's why the poem is called a pastoral elegy. Now, the poet here asks the shepherd to look after his bleating sheep and let them loose from their folds, so that they may feed on grass in the fields. Now here on the not only feeding the grass, the sheep, they are also watchdogs. So he says, the watchdogs are impatiently barking. It is only after the performance of his daily duties that he should come to the poet in the evening. The fields there will be calm and quiet. Tired farmers and their dogs have gone home to have their well earned rest. Some stray sheep are nibbling grass, which looks dark in moonlight. It is then that the poet and his companion, the shepherd, engaged throughout the day, will be in quest of the scholar gypsy. So Arnold here writes a pastoral elegy against a pastoral setting, but he does not represent himself as a shepherd. Some critics have identified the companion of the poet as Arnold's friend Arthur Hugh Clough, who is represented as a shepherd in the poem Thyrsis. And he and Arnold were engaged in the same pursuit. So don't know exactly the speculation what is going on, but of course we know that it could be related to Arnold's friend, a very dear friend of Arnold, and he has written an elegy on his name also in other poems. So we'll stop here and we'll continue with the next stanza in the next class. Thank you.